Buenas tardes, clase. So today's lesson is going to be about adjective expressions. Hopefully you can read the title. There's a little bit of a glare, but it says adjective expressions with infinitives, or actually it says before infinitives. Your lesson for today is grammar page 213. You're going to do 10 questions and answers, and then your memory verse. You do need to do the questions and you do need to answer them. Okay, so when you answer the questions, I'm going to have you do 5 answering, tell me what they are. So we say sí, and then 5 no. Okay, so I'll explain in a moment. Okay, 5 of each of those. So a couple of things before we do that. I wanted to go over your word formation. So if you have your grammar books, I'll wait. I need you to be on page 211. Okay, so your word formation for this chapter are words that end in IST. We're going to change them to ISTA. Okay? And words that end in ISM would be ISMO. Okay? So, for example, you have dentist would be dentista. Okay? Then you have baptism would be baptismo. Okay? So, dentista, baptismo. Then you might have a word like tourism ends in ISM, so it would be turismo. Okay, so spend a few minutes looking at that on page 211. You also have words that end in AM, and those would be AMA. And you have words that end in EM, and those would be EMA. So a good example would be like program, would be programa. Poem, poema. Poema, okay? All right, so again, take some time and review those so that you are familiar with those. You also had a new memory verse that you had to begin this chapter, which was going to be Philippians 1:21. So I'm going to say it, and por favor repitan. Now don't cheat on this part. I want you to repeat, okay? Porque para mí el vivir es Cristo y el morir es ganancia. Filipenses primero versículo 21. One more time. Para mí, porque vivir es Cristo y para morir es ganancia. Filipenses 1 Filipenses 1 versículo 21. Okay, so please make sure you're doing Philippians 1:21 and don't do the other one, okay? All right. So, I am going to be going over adjective expressions. So, Señor Daniel DM, Señor Josué, Señorita Mariposa, Señor Mateo, Señor Elías, Señorita Llantas, Señor Waffles, Señor Vaca y Señor Padre de Computadores. Por favor, escuchan. Please listen. Okay. So adjective expressions are going to be things like that say it is good or it is interesting, it is fun, things of that sort. Now, we know in Spanish the word it won't translate. So if I wanted to say it is good, I would not write the word it. I would start with the verb and I would say es bueno. Es bueno. So all we're going to be doing now is adding an infinitive after. And recall that an infinitive begins with a to form of a verb. So let's say it is good to listen. Okay? Es bueno escuchar. Period. You could say es bueno escuchar la lección, es bueno escuchar la profesora, or however you want to say. But the point is you want to leave it in the infinitive. Notice that you don't have a personal ending here. It's the to form. Notice also you don't have a word for to right here. So es bueno a escuchar is incorrect because watch. This says it is good to listen. Because of the AR here, you would have to twice. So this is not needed in your translation, okay? So for your homework, you're going to make questions. And remember that questions begin with verbs. So you're going to say the modelo on page 213. It's important to study them. Is it important to study the minerals? So verb first. Es importante estudiar los minerales. Is it important to study the minerals? Okay, so you're going to flip and say, sí, es importante. Let me change that. Sí, es importante estudiar los minerales. Okay? Yes, it is important to study the minerals. Now I said flip, but actually we don't need to flip anything because the subject it is understood, so we don't have to change anything. We just say, is it important to study the minerals? Yes, it, understood, is important to study the minerals. So you're going to do 5 like this, and then you're going to do 5 like this. So group them together, 1 through 5, okay? And then 6 through 10 would be, is it, let's look at another word. Es fácil, which is easy, es fácil estudiar español? Is it easy to study Spanish? No. No, it is not easy. Remember, you need 2 no's, one for the no and then one for the not. So no es fácil. Remember that the second no goes before your verb. No es fácil estudiar español. No es fácil estudiar español. I'll look for capital letters, I'll look for correct spelling, and I'll look for make sure that you have the word order in correct form. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Hasta luego.